All right, this is our Unit 4, Day 4 note session on parallel and perpendicular lines. In the most recent video, we watched you guys practiced how to find the equation of a parallel line. We're going to work on number 2 from your notes right here, and we are going to find how to write an equation of a perpendicular line. So first, we know that we want to write our equation in slope-intercept form. So if you see that in a problem, go ahead and make a note of it. This is going to be y equals mx plus b form, slope and intercept. And we know that our line has to be perpendicular. So I know that the slope is going to be an opposite reciprocal in my new line, right? Okay, so I'm going to pass through the point -4, 5. And it's going to be perpendicular to the graph of this equation, 4x plus y equals 10. I need to solve for y here, or in some way figure out what my slope is. Okay, so if I rewrite this, solve for y, if I rewrite it in slope-intercept form, I'll be able to pull the slope out easily. I'm going to subtract 4x from each side, so I have y equals -4x plus 10. Right? You can see that my original slope is -4. My original slope is -4. Remember, I need my new line to have a perpendicular slope, so I want an opposite reciprocal, so it's going to be positive and 1/4. This is the slope I need in my new line. We have two ways we can do this. The point slope form way, point slope. I can plug in the point and the slope that I already have. Remember, this is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So if I want to write the line using the point slope method, I'm going to plug in everything and then solve for y and put my answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. My point is -4, 5. So the x is -4, the y is 5. So I'm going to say y minus 5 equals my slope that I need is 1/4. So it's going to be 1/4 times x plus 4, right? X minus x sub 1. Okay, be careful. You know that this slope that you need in your new line, it has to be the opposite reciprocal of your original slope. Okay, so just double check and make sure that you are finding perpendicular or parallel as needed. Now when I solve this, I know y minus 5 equals 1/4 x plus 1, right? I distributed that 1/4. And so I know y equals 1/4 x plus 6. This will be my answer, whichever method I use to solve. If I use the slope-intercept form, it's going to be using y equals mx plus b. I already have my y and my m and my x. I just need to find that b value. So if I do this method, I'm going to come back up to my point, and my y is 5. The slope I need is 1/4, so 1/4 times x. Up here, my x is -4. I'm going to say -4/1 plus b. That's the thing I don't know yet. Okay, so 5 equals -1 plus b. Add 1 to each side, and 6 equals b. Now I can write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Y equals 1/4 x plus the b I just figured out, which is 6. And fortunately, these two came out exactly the same, so that was a way that I could check my work as well. All right, so problem 3 and 4 and 5, why don't you try those on your own and then come back and see if you get the right answers. I'm going to just choose one method, either the point slope or the slope intercept for each one of these. But remember, you can choose either one, and if you have questions, you can always email after. Okay, write an equation in slope-intercept form. I'm going to remind myself I need the answer to be in y equals mx plus b format. It passes through -2, 1, and it's perpendicular, so I want opposite reciprocal. Okay, opposite reciprocal slope. It's going to be perpendicular to this equation, the line represented by this equation. My original slope is 3, so the slope I need is going to be opposite reciprocal, negative 1/3. Okay, I will use slope-intercept form all the way here, so I'm going to say y, my y is 1, equals m, negative 1/3, times x is negative 2, I'm going to make it look like a fraction, plus b. All right, so I've got y equals mx plus b. So 1 equals positive 2/3 plus b. I will subtract 2/3 from each side, so I'm left with 1/3 equals b. Now I can write my answer, y equals m. I know m is negative 1/3, x plus 1/3. Okay, that's my final answer. Write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Again, slope-intercept form. It's going to be parallel. So slope-intercept is still y equals mx plus b. Parallel means same slope. Okay, so, y minus 3 equals 5/3 times x minus 4. I can find the slope, right? This came to me in point slope form. There's my slope, 5/3. All right, so I need an equation in slope-intercept form that is parallel to this. So if this was my original line, 5/3 is my original slope, but it has to have the same y-intercept as this line. Well, that means I'm going to have to figure out what is the y-intercept of this line, okay? So y-intercept I'm going to find by rearranging this and making it into slope-intercept form. 7x minus 3y equals negative 21. I'm going to solve for y, so I'll subtract 7x from each side. Negative 3y equals negative 7x minus 21. Divide everything by negative 3. Y equals 7/3 x plus 7. Okay, this is the y-intercept that I need, right? In this case, I need a line that's parallel, so it's going to have a slope of 5/3, same slope, right? And I need b in my new line to equal 7, because b has to be the same as the b or the y-intercept in here. All right, so I can say y equals 5/3 x plus 7. As a side note, you know that to get the y-intercept, your x value has to equal 0. So I actually could have solved this by plugging in 0 for x, and I would have negative 3y equals negative 21, and y equals 7 that way. Several ways to get to the final answer here. All right. If I want to write an equation in point slope form and then slope intercept form that passes through the point 2, negative 2 and is parallel to the graph of this equation, I am going to need a point and a slope. So let's start with our point slope form. We have a point right here, point, and it needs to be parallel to this. So my slope that I need to be parallel to is negative 1. So I need my slope to be negative 1 also, right? Parallel is same. So if I write this as y minus y sub 1, that's going to be y plus 2 equals my slope, negative 1 times x minus x sub 1. This is the equation of my line in point slope form. But they asked me to then write it in slope-intercept form. So now what I'm going to do is rearrange it. All right, so I'm going to say y plus 2 equals negative x plus 2. I'm going to subtract 2 from each side. Y equals negative x and plus 0, so I don't need to really write that. So if I want point slope form, that's right here, right? Point slope. If I want slope-intercept form, that is right here, slope-intercept form. Okay.